Hey everybody, you're watching Ready Set Drone, and if you want to learn more about the brand new DJI Mavic Air, then stay tuned. The Mavic Air is a brand new release from DJI and is part of the Mavic family. It builds on the Mavic Pro's success as a small, affordable, yet very high quality drone. The Mavic Air is significantly smaller than the Mavic Pro at just over 14 centimeters long, 7 centimeters wide, and 6 centimeters tall when folded. It weighs 430 grams, which is just under 1 pound. And oh yeah, it is fast, clocking in at a top speed of 42.5 miles per hour or 68.4 kilometers per hour in sport mode. The Mavic Air features a 2,375 milliamp hour 3S battery that gives it a reported max flight time of 21 minutes. I will be testing flight time in another video. If you buy the Fly More combo, you get multiple batteries and a charger that can charge up to 4 batteries at the same time.
One of the key differences that you'll notice right away is the finish. This is a shiny finish. This is a matte finish, as is the Mavic Pro and the Mavic Pro Platinum. They're not as shiny. Comes in different colors. I have the red one here. Now these props, unlike the Mavic Pro and unlike the Spark, these don't fold. These are rigid props, straight all the way across. Not sure why that is, but that's just how these are. It has 2 little landing gears right here in the front that you can pull down, and those keep the camera off the ground when you come in for a landing. It comes with this pretty cool little gimbal guard, and this thing is actually pretty nice because it fits on really easily. It's got 2 little tabs that you push in on, and then it just slides up and covers the camera. Now here's the big difference. This is a 3-axis gimbal, and this camera is every bit as good as, if not better than, the original Mavic, and it's way better than the Spark. Mostly because it is a 3-axis gimbal and it does 4K. The Spark only does 1080. Now I've got it all unfolded here so you can see it. This guy has 3 vision sensors. It has the ones in the front that help you protect it from colliding with something in front of you. Has 2 in the back that do the same thing, and then it's also got vision sensors on the bottom that are going to see the ground as it comes down. So as it lands, it'll stop and kind of pause and make sure everything's good before it goes down. Those sensors also give it the ability to do something called Advanced Pilot Assistance System, or APAS. This makes the quad fly forward, and when it sees an obstacle, rather than just stopping, if you're using APAS, you can actually just fly over it. You hold the right stick forward if you're in mode 2, and it goes forward, and instead of it just stopping and beeping, it just goes up, over, or it goes around it and keeps on going that direction.
So I spent a little bit of time this morning playing with the APAS feature, and it works. I'm going to show you how it works on this chair right back here, and how the quad sees it and goes around it when you're in APAS mode. Now that little bit of beeping, I think, is the rear sensor seeing a fence behind it. I'm going to bring it forward just a little bit. So this button right here on the controller, when you hit it, you see it says APAS in the top panel. Now it's in APAS mode. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to push the stick forward, straight towards the chair. Just hold the right stick. And there, it went up over it on its own.
So one group I know this quad is designed to appeal to is travelers. It is such a small form factor when it's in this case. I mean, it fits right in here, and this thing is just tiny. The remote control is also designed for travel, and the reason I say that is because the 2 sticks actually come off of the top, and they are hidden right back here when you unfold the 2 arms that hold your phone for the screen. These 2 little sticks come out. They have a little rubber holder, and they twist right into the top here. So that way you can pack down this remote control into a very, very small package and not worry about breaking the sticks. I think that's a really cool innovation that DJI has come up with. Has all the usual buttons and such. I'm not going to go into too much detail in this video. It does not have an exposure wheel like there is on the Mavic Pro and the Phantom, where you can actually roll something and it will brighten and darken the screen, the image. You have to do that in the app itself, but it does have a wheel that tilts the camera up and down very smoothly, so you can do that. And of course the photography and the video button and the sport mode switch is right here, return to home, etc. Again, I'll do a more detailed review of this drone, but just know that this is very similar to the original Mavic remote with the exception of not having an LCD screen. This camera also shoots 4K at 30 frames per second and 1080p at 120 frames per second, which means you can do really smooth slow motion with this camera, which is pretty awesome. It's 12 megapixels as a still camera, and it has an 8 gigabyte internal storage unit. So if for some reason you forget to put your SD card in, or your SD card is full, by the way, the SD card goes right here in the back. If you forget to put it in or your SD card is full, you actually can store up to 8 gigs on the quad. That's huge because I can't tell you how many times I've taken my quad out and there's no SD card in it, and all I want to get is one shot. And so if I knew I had internal storage and I could go get that one shot without having to find an SD card and put it in, that would be pretty awesome. So much like the Spark, the battery on the Mavic Air is on the bottom. There's two little tabs on the side. You push those back and then it pops right out. There's a spring in it that actually pops it out. So it's really easy to take in and out. The battery also has the usual DJI button that tells you how much juice it has. I will tell you one thing about this quad is that it actually has a little bit less flight time than the Mavic Pro. It's got about 21 minutes. That is the estimated flight time. I'm going to do a test on it to see how long it actually will stay in the air, but 21 minutes is what DJI is advertising, which is more than the Spark but less than the Mavic Pro. So the other thing the Mavic Air has is panoramic camera capabilities, giving you the ability to take panoramic images vertically, horizontally, and in what they call a sphere shape. That sounds really interesting to me and is something that is new and something that is going to be fun to play with. The DJI Mavic Air uses DJI Go 4, and built into DJI Go 4 now are some new intelligent flight modes. There's one called Boomerang that actually takes the quad from in front of you, spins it around like a boomerang, and then comes back in front of you, comes back to you like a boomerang. There's another one called Asteroid where it kind of does this tilt shift thing coming down toward the earth and then stops before it hits the ground, which looks really interesting. There's also hand gestures with this quad. So it has the sensors in the front. These sensors are also what detect your hand and your face and give it the ability to track you with different flight modes where you can actually draw the green square around yourself and have it track you as you walk or run or ride a bicycle or ride a skateboard or any of those kind of things. And then you can fly it like you could with the Spark, Jedi style, where you put your hand out and can make it go up, down, left, right. It also has a hand gesture that makes it go further away and another one that brings it to you, and you have the ability to land it on the ground using your hand. So a lot more versatility with the hand gestures. I'm not sure if that update's going to take place with the Spark as well. I would hope so, that you'd be able to do all those things, but I know that the Mavic Air is designed to do a lot more with hand gestures. And one of the complaints about the original Spark when it came out was you could do selfie photos with it, but you could not roll video from a hand gesture. Now you can. So that's pretty awesome if you're going to just use hand gestures to fly it. So just to recap, the Mavic Air is a more teched out, less expensive version of the Mavic Pro with all the bells and whistles that you could ask for in a quad. This thing is, as I said, going to set the standard in 2018, I believe, and could be the new standard beyond. This is where the world's going with these quads. The consumer wants something small, convenient, safe, easy to fly, and I think these smaller quads, because they have amazing cameras and amazing gimbals and can get almost as good of an image as a Phantom 4, are going to be the way of the future. So if you're looking for a quad that you can take with you just about anywhere, that is a great balance between cost, performance, and quality, I think the DJI Mavic Air is a fantastic choice. Now, I don't consider this a full review. I haven't had this quad long enough and flown it enough times to really do that, but I'm planning to do that. I'm planning to do a full comparison to the DJI Mavic Pro, a full comparison to the Spark, flight test times, and a lot more, just to really give you all the specs on this thing in the real world. If you like this video, I hope you'll give it a thumbs up, and I really hope you'll subscribe to Ready Set Drone, and also check us out on Instagram. You guys are the best. I really appreciate the viewers and the subscribers to this channel. Please comment below on what you think about the DJI Mavic Air, and look for more videos coming up soon from Ready Set Drone.